So I've been getting lots of questions about Sam's costume from the film Gunpowder Milkshake. You know, the orange satin bomber jacket and the striped pants? This is because it's a brand new film and the jacket appears to be bespoke. And if you're watching this right now, you've probably already figured that out. So as you can imagine, this makes sourcing for a good and cost-effective costume much more difficult. Search results are full of images of the jacket or advertisements for a hastily put together replica. While I have nothing against replicas, they can be pricey and you take a chance on the quality. So currently, only one of the 5 sites I found selling the replica had an actual photograph of the replica that they were selling. The rest were just still photos from the film. These companies have most likely ordered a bulk load and are taking pre-orders for them now. The one site that had a photo of the jacket that they were actually selling looked pretty decent, but it lacked any style in the cut of the jacket. The color and the finish were off too. Here are some steps I use to source an alt cosplay the most effectively and productively. Step 1. First, you must find a visual reference photo. This is one of the most important steps, so choosing the correct reference photo is paramount. Ultimately, you're looking for a photo that has the most natural lighting. Promo and stills generally are heavily filtered and color corrected, so you should be looking for behind-the-scenes snaps which haven't been edited. A good place to start is on the actor or crew's social media. Don't be weird, and if they're private, move on. Articles about the making of the film can be good too. In this instance, I was able to find this awesome shot with Gillian posting with her stunt double. This is like hitting the jackpot because we are effectively looking at someone already cosplaying the main character. So we got lots of extra visual tips. Thanks, stunt double. Step 2. Make sure the color on your screen is as accurate as possible. We're looking at what is called white balancing. The quick fix is to turn the brightness on your phone all the way up. All your filters should be turned off, and night mode should be turned off as well, as this can give your screen a warmer color. Step 3. Let's start searching for the items using the Google image search. Forget about using the movie or the show's title at this point. If you search with the character or the title, your search results are going to be of the replica or promoted results. We're just not looking for that right now. My first searches on this were orange and cream satin bomber jacket with embroidery. Quick search tip. If you want to be certain that you get orange and cream and not orange or cream, just put the key terms in parentheses. Step 4. Start comparing your reference photo with your search results. Use only one photo when comparing against the web photos you are looking at. I find that if I have multiple photos I'm comparing, it quickly becomes confusing. Remember to spot the difference as a kid? You might also flip between Google image search and Google product search, for sometimes they come up with different results. Step 5. Similarities and differences. So what is it I'm actually comparing here? Because not all differences and similarities should be treated equally. For example, the cut and the fit of an item is more important than matching 2 stripes on the cuff when all you can find is a cuff with 3 stripes. First impressions are lasting impressions. This is thanks to something called the primacy effect, which means that when someone experiences something before other things in a sequence, they remember that first thing more. So shape and cut do the heavy lifting in making you look like the character on the screen. Type of fabric is super important. If it's satin, the cosplay needs to be satin. If it's matte and textured, then the cosplay must be the same. Fabric type determines how much light reflects off of the surface. And the light reflecting off the surface is what your eyes see. Belt loops you can add or cut off. Pockets can be faked with an add-on or sewing job. These are things that you can work with, so they aren't deal breakers when choosing your alt. I found this jacket in my search results. It met all the criteria I was looking for as far as cut and color and fabric. But you must be thinking that the embroidery is way off. Well, it is, but the location is the same and the colors are the same. So why is this okay, you might ask? Well, I'm going to answer your question with a little neuroscience. Sometimes when we look at an object, our mind only receives partial information visually. So what info we did not receive, our brain fills in the missing data gaps with previously stored images from our memory. So in this case, when people see my cosplay, at first glance they think Gunpowder Milkshake, and their brains are already starting to fill in the visual data that's missing. It's an evolutionary hack to spot danger or safety very fast. An example of this is the Edelson illusion. Here, tile A and tile B are the exact same color. At first glance, they look different to you, even though you have been told that they are the same. It isn't until you remove all of the other visual data around the tile A and tile B that you can see that they are, in fact, the same color. Your brain knows a checkerboard has alternating black and white tiles. You are looking at what appears to be a checkerboard. So that's exactly what your brain shows you. This is the illusion. Step 6, refining. If your reference photo doesn't have multiple angles, as in this case, I can't see the back of the jacket or the back of the pants. Remember, your one reference photo was for the heavy lifting when you were looking for major details. For the minor details, there's nothing wrong with searching for multiple photos online to see all the angles and the fine details. Step 7, knowing what to buy. The pants in this cosplay are an excellent example, as the 2 stripes down the outside of each leg is a key feature. On first sight, you might think it seems like grabbing a pair of jogging pants and then sewing on 2 stripes is a quick and easy fix. Nope, stop. Sewing stripes that are even and straight is really, really hard. I mean, you have 4 long lines to sew along a pant leg. They all need to be exactly parallel. It's a nightmare. So unless you're a great tailor or you can find pants with the exact stripes, your best bet is to find a pair with stripes already on them and then just adjust as needed. In this case, on closer inspection, the pants were actually well-fitted dress pants. So my first thought was to look at clothes from stores like Topshop or Zara. So you can add that to your Google search. Not only do those stores offer well-made clothing, they're also used regularly by wardrobe departments for many production companies. Urban Outfitters and All Saints are also good places to start looking. I found 2 options that I really liked and thought looked very close to the ones that Sam wore. They were the correct cut and style, but the only problem was they had 1 stripe down the side. No problem. I'll solve that issue with some fabric paint later. Step 8, adding in details. So I found 2 of the Sophie Max jackets online, and I just purchased this one for $18. The one detail element that I personally want to change about this jacket is the Gutterball Champions text on the back of the sleeves. My plan is to use either an iron-on embroidery or a stencil. As for the watch, that's the easiest component to this whole entire costume. A used gold Casio digital watch with a black face. That's all I need to look for. Well, these are some of the methods I use when sourcing clothes or items for a cosplay. And with this amazing film and introduction of these new heroes, I hope this helps you find what you're looking for. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.